Police are investigating a bizarre case set in a graveyard. This afternoon, police were called to the Southern Cemetery on Spikenard and Cowpen Roads, reportedly after someone dumped a body in a shallow grave. We were told by eyewitnesses that it was a funeral home employee who did so, and that's where the story gets interesting. Our Clint Watson is just back from the graveyard where this unusual investigation is now underway. Clint, what's the story behind this?
I'll tell you, Keisha, you said it. It's quite bizarre. Here's what we're hearing. We were out there talking to eyewitnesses. Now, the funny thing here is that there were people who actually assisted the persons who reportedly dumped this body, and they had no idea what was going on. What we're told is that a funeral home van pulled up to a grave site here at Spikenard's Cemetery. They would have unloaded the body onto the grave site, and then they would have left. Now, a lady who reportedly would have been out there spoke to the men as to what was going on. They reportedly told her, get this, that the funeral fan, the family of the deceased was not able to afford a proper burial, so they were told to get rid of the body. Now, that's the first story we're hearing. The second story we're hearing is that allegedly this might be a part of perhaps a scam where there are people who are actually being buried and then their coffins are being retrieved and being resold. Now, what you will find out when you hear from police in the report is that this individual was fully clad. Now, we learned by eyewitnesses that he was actually dressed in a suit as though he had already been buried or prepared for a burial. Now, police are not confirming any of these stories at this time. They're simply investigating. But we can tell you several eyewitnesses who were on the scene. What happened was that as this truck tried to leave, one of his tires got caught in one of the holes, and he asked for the guys who were sitting on the wall to come and help him. They went over to assist and push the actual funeral van out of the hole. So this is how they were aware of what was happening, but did not have any knowledge as to why this was happening, why he happened to have been there, and what actually was in the hole. Only the female who probably was on the scene, who said she witnessed it, was able to account to us that she saw them dump this body in the hole. Now, we did speak to Inspector Chrislyn Skippings, the police press officer on the scene, to try and verify our stories. Police are very tight-lipped, as you'll hear in this soundbite. They're not saying much about the incident. This is what she had to say.
Police responded and discovered a bag containing the body of a male, fully clad, in an open grave. At this time, we are in the preliminary stages of our investigations, and as additional information becomes available, we will update the public. Additionally, I want to use this opportunity to ask the members of the public that if you see anything suspicious, or I want to encourage you to be on the alert, first of all, I should say, and then if you see anything suspicious, anything that may arouse your inquiry at any point in time, we're asking you to kindly give your police department a call at 919 at 323-0845 or 322-3816.
Is this a murder?
At this time, foul play is not suspected, and again, we're in the preliminary stages of our investigations. And so as additional information becomes available, Clint, we will keep you updated. I'm hoping that by in the morning I'll be able to say just a little bit more regarding this particular incident.
Now, eyewitnesses we spoke to told us that they saw a funeral home vehicle coming and dumping the body. Could this be something, a part of the investigation you're looking into?
Well, like I said, we received information that two men were seen in the area. As we conduct our investigation, certainly we are going to be speaking to residents of this community and getting more information, and as they provide our department with the information, we will act on it, and if it is found out that it may lead to whomever, we will be resolved and resolute in our actions, and we will put those persons before the courts.
No doubt, Keisha, ZNS News was the only station on the scene for this incident. We'll be conducting our own investigation. As you know, there have been stories in the media regarding some possible scams by funeral homes. We will be investigating that, but we can tell you we are on this story for you, and we will get any further developments and pass them on to you, our viewers. Keisha?
Thank you very much, Clint. In other news tonight, police have charged 22-year-old Exuma resident John Williams with the July 2nd murder of his relative, 30-year-old Ricardo Roll. Police say Roll, also a resident of Exuma, was chopped multiple times about the body following an altercation with his relative. Now, prosecutors are expected to serve Williams with a voluntary bill of indictment to speed up the case and send it to the Supreme Court. Meantime, Williams is being held without bail at the Fox Hill Prison. The Lead Institute has turned out its first graduating class. The program for troubled young men ended last night with 12 graduates who were taught life skills and alternatives to deviant behavior. LaDon Davis shares the graduate stories of transformation.
For these 12 young men of the first graduating class of the National Lead Institute's Eagles Academy summer semester program, the road leading up to graduation day has had its fair share of hurdles, but they all persevered. Leadership Award recipient and graduate 14-year-old Jerome Evans admits to living a life filled with behavioral challenges, but with the assistance of LEAD, he was able to not only turn his life around, but get a second chance at furthering his education.
I have to say it's great because the only reason I'm here because I wasn't serious about my work. And then when I came here, Mr. Clark, he told me everything I need to know how to become a leader in life. And he showed me the way I'm supposed to go and don't live a life of crime.
Jerome's mother, Maria Williamson, credits the services offered by the National Lead Institute for helping to steer both of her sons in a more positive direction.
No boys need leadership. Mothers cannot do it. So far, we could care our sons, but we also have to respect man, because God said man is the head of the home. And many of us ladies think we are man, but we are not. We have to humble ourselves and let men take control of their children. And I give God thanks for Mr. Clark leadership. And our children is very, sometimes disobedient. I'm not doing well in school. And as they came here, you see a lot of improvement.
President of the Bahamas Lead Institute, Troy Clark, says the youth delinquency rate in this country is at an all-time high, but is optimistic that the National Lead Institute is one step closer to changing that.
Delinquency is really great among the country, in our country today. We notice that young men who cannot read and write today, they are actually graduating into a lifestyle of crime, and this program affords these young men to divert them out of the criminal justice system. So if they remain focused and gain the skills that they have learned here and practice those principles, the 7 habits, they will become successful young men.
Officials want more young men to enter the program. For information, you can contact them at 376-7633. LaDawn Davis, ZNS News.
The Bahamas and Haiti in critical talks at the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in St. Lucia, largely surrounding illegal immigration and trade matters, but also critical at those meetings a legal issue involving 3 Bahamians being held in Haiti and a plane taken from the Lyndon Pindling International Airport which turned up in Haiti. We spoke with Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell on those matters.
There are 3 of our nationals who are being held by the Haitian authorities in Cape Haitian in connection with the missing plane. We have, at the request of the owner of the plane, provided all of the documentation to the Haitian government, and we've been awaiting its release. Their position is that the judicial authorities have the plane, and the plane is required for evidence in the investigation, and so can't be released until that is done. So that's why we made the intervention at the highest levels of the Haitian government to the Haitian president, asking for some kind of intervention to get this plane released and back in the Bahamas. They have consular representation. We have a charge in Port-au-Prince. To the best of my advice, he's been to see them and trying to arrange legal representation for them. The way the system works in Haiti, the prosecutorial system sometimes takes a long time to move, and so we're urging quick action on that front as well, so that the matter can be resolved.
Minister Mitchell also revealed other areas of discussion with the Haitian president and the local delegation.
Well, we had a more general discussion about the need for the bilateral commission between the Bahamas and Haiti to be revived. It's an idea which we had initialed with former President Aristide, but which was never ratified by the Haitian Parliament. The Haitian president is interested in reviving that agreement, and that will also include matters to do with immigration and migration generally. The thrust of yesterday's meeting also turned to some extent to this question of our ability to remove the phytosanitary impediments to direct agricultural goods coming into the Bahamas. And the reason why they consider this important is because the region from which the agricultural goods come is an impoverished area in Haiti, and they believe if there is additional trade in that area, that would encourage people to stay at home. And we obviously have an interest in doing that to stop the struggling and the migrants coming to the Bahamas.
Quality Markets will finish where City Markets left off. After its controversial close earlier this year, the first City Market store has opened under new management. Rupert Roberts, who took over the stores, opened the first store in Cable Beach today. Our friend Carrie was there.
After months of waiting, the City Market food store in Cable Beach is now open, but it's been renamed Quality Supermarkets. Loyal customers met stock shelves, brand name products, and specialty items. It's all due to a $10 million deal inked by SuperValue owner Rupert Roberts 4 weeks ago, making him the new owner of the embattled City Market food store chain. Roberts explains why he decided to rename the store.
Well, we opened 7 o'clock this morning under the Quality Supermarket name, new company, get away from all of the past negativity, and we do the same things that SuperValue do. We're going to try to do them better.
Now, although Roberts owns all of the former City Market food stores here in the capital, it does not include the Grand Bahama stores. They are now owned by Abaco Markets. Meantime, Roberts maintains Quality Supermarkets will continue to support local farmers.
We love to keep our money at home, so we patronize all Bahamian farmers and all of the Bahamian manufacturers, and surprisingly, sodas, malt tonic, bleach, water, this the pigeon peas, tomato paste, this we sell millions of dollars of local products a year, and that keeps the money in the Bahamas.
Some 400 City Market employees are still waiting for redundancy payments and pension payments after the food store chain ran into financial trouble. However, Roberts claims he's already hired some of those workers and training others for placement at other stores.
We have about 70 new staff, and that's 70 new people to contribute to the economy, to buy groceries, to pay power bills, to pay school fees, and that's what one of the things about serving the public, and it's also serving the community.
Frank Gary, ZNS News.
Meantime, the new Quality Supermarkets in Cable Beach getting rave reviews from customers. Here's a sampling of their reactions.
Hey, I'm happy the City Market is back open again. It's convenient and route home. Hey, it works out.
I think it's really wonderful, and for convenience sake for me, I live up the street, and driving down the road was just becoming a bit of a nightmare because, you know, it takes too long on the lines and everything like that. So this is great, and I think the quality already looks like it'll be there. So
it's nicer, it's better in here than other SuperValue stores, and their stalls are better, and everything's cleaned.
About time. Clean, bright, and thank goodness the shelves are full again. I like the idea it's SuperValue owned. Saves me going down the road now. I just have to go around the corner. But no, it's wonderful. This is what Cable Beach needed.
Police are continuing to crack down on speeding motorists. Today, officers from the Traffic Division were in the Cable Beach area near Goodman's Bay. The officer in charge of the Traffic Division says they ticketed a number of drivers exceeding the 35-mile-per-hour limit in the area.
We've been able to clock some 60-plus motorists who have violated the speed limit within this area. Speed limit in this area is 35 miles per hour. And we have been giving persons out here a grace to 45 miles per hour, 45 and over. So by the time we would have stopped you, we are stopping you because you are that much over the speed limit. The reason for this and many other exercises that you see taking place out there on the streets, the Commissioner of Police in his annual mandate gives in his plan various initiatives. And for this year, 2012, one of the initiatives, priority 4, is the enforcement of rules of the road.
Now, Superintendent Strawn says speed is often a factor in traffic fatalities, and he's giving this warning.
And we are encouraging the motorists to slow down. Slow down. Speed, inexperience, and in some cases, intoxication brings about serious injuries, sometimes death. On this very same strip that we are on, during the month of March. A young chap who was traveling along this trip lost his life as he collided with the tree just up the street. So this is one of those areas that concerns us.
Welcome to tonight's edition of the Business Beat, sponsored by Royal Fidelity. Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Let's take a look at what's making business news today.
The local daily reporting that Doctors Hospital Health Systems plans to reopen its Western Medical Facility September 1st after investing about $1.3 million in the project so far. Doctors Hospital President Barry Rassin told the print media that he plans to grow international patients from 16 to 50% of the patient mix. Financial Services Minister Ryan Pinder led a Bahamian delegation at the Caribbean Growth Forum held in Jamaica last month. The meeting, which explores issues considered key factors for growth in the region, is a partnership involving the World Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank, and the Caribbean Development Bank, in collaboration with the United Kingdom's Department for International Development and the Canadian International Development Agency. In international business, hiring in the United States was lukewarm last month, with employers adding jobs but not enough to bring the unemployment rate down. The United States Labor Department reported Friday that the economy added 80,000 jobs in June. The unemployment rate remains at 8.2%. And from regional business, high on CARICOM's agenda is a concerted effort to finalize a new trading accord with Canada. Barbados Prime Minister Ferndale Stewart explained to regional leaders during the recent CARICOM meeting that a report will be submitted by CARICOM's chairman of the Prime Ministerial Subcommittee on External Trade Negotiations, Jamaican Prime Minister Portia Simpson, as to have ongoing discussions with the Canadian government on trade matters. Remember, you can send us an email or join us on www.znsbahamas.com or become our friend on ZNS's official Facebook page.
And that will end tonight's edition of the Business Beat, sponsored by Royal Fidelity. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Thanks so much for watching.